I was never good at volleyball anyway. Oh, hey, glad you can make it. I'm Safety Coach Art, Half Nelson. Seeing that it's close to the end of the year, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a little review of some of the ALICE presentations we've gone over. But before we get going, you may have noticed a little something different about Coach Art. He's a little distraught today. Micah's bee colony arrived before mine did, and he's all abuzz with excitement. Mine, however, got shipped to a nursing home in Connecticut. Kind of stings a little thinking about it. Anyway, let's get started. To help you remember this presentation today, Coach Art's going to break things down using the one thing he's an expert in, sports. Remember, Coach Art was a third grade shuffleboard champion 4 years in a row. So let's go over some things. We're going to talk about ALICE. And ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. Not knowing this is, well, it's kind of like pulling your goalie during the first inning and it's your turn to serve. Now, first is alert. Now, we've gone over this in great detail before, but today we're going to break this down and make it simple so I can show you how it's done on the playboard. So, first, alert. It is the first notification of danger. You have to recognize the alert is real, and it can come from a PA, text, or email system, and everyone should be able to do an alert. It all boils down to one play. So let's go over to the playboard. You see, when you give an alert, you're letting everyone know there's danger. Now you're looking at a full-out blitz, but your quarterback needs time to pass the ball to the shortstop. That way the free safety knows what to do. If you don't do that, no one knows what's going on. Now next is lockdown. Let's not complicate this. If you make it all complicated, it's about as smart as calling a timeout during halftime. So let's not confuse the marching band on this one. Lock all doors. Cover windows. Lights out. Stay silent and out of sight. Barricade and counter or evacuate. Now everybody got this? It's about as clear as day to me. So let's go over to the playboard. Now if you don't do a proper lockdown and barricade if you choose to, next thing you know, you're getting a flag on the play, you're getting a red card for a bad pitch, and you're in the penalty box. Who wants that? Now let's go over inform. Now I know what you're thinking. Coach Art, we've done this about 1,000,000 times now. That's the wrong answer, Scooby. It's like using a stopwatch to measure the distance of a triple axel while your third base coach is giving you the sign to shoot a free throw. Doesn't make sense. Inform. Use plain language at all times. No code words. Be as descriptive as possible. What you also want to include is, where is the intruder going? What are they wearing? Do you see a weapon? And of course, give your location. Simple, right? So now let's see how this is run on the playboard. See, if you don't give information out, no one knows what's going on. They're confused, scared, worried about what to do. Not passing on information is like playing Quidditch or pick-a-ball. Just doesn't make sense. What's next? Frisbee bowling? Now let's talk about counter. If you remember, I'm not trying to turn you into some hand-to-hand combat master. Instead, we need to focus on two things: distraction techniques and control techniques. You want to use movement, noise, distance, and distraction to overwhelm the intruder's thought process. Remember OODA loop? Observe, orientation, decide, and act. They all play a vital part in counter. Now I know talking about control techniques is a hard topic, but at this point it's 4th and long, the gloves are off, and you're looking at a full court press. You want to swarm the intruder. Someone controls the weapon, everyone grabs a limb, and takes that person to the ground. Once on the ground, you control the head and the legs. And finally, we're going to go over evacuate. Now I'm going to make this simple. Just do what all Coach Art's dates have done to him over the last 15 years. Get out of the building when it's safe to do so. Be situationally aware of your surroundings. Bring your phone, bring your emergency bag, and go to the set rally points. Yeah, it reminds Coach Art of a story. I dated Megan Thee Stallion once. She left the building before the appetizer got there. She was situationally aware enough to leave through a window. It happened to be on the 2nd story of the building, though. I was kind of hoping to become Art the boyfriend. Just didn't work out. You know the rest. Yada, yada, yada. So let's get moving. Now, is everybody clear on this? Good. So let's go over to the playboard. As you can see, I had to draw a whole new play because the old one's starting to look like a QR code. See, this is you. and you need to get the whole team to make a three-pointer, while at the same time trying to get them into the end zone. But the defense is showing you a blitz. Now that defense could be the environment around you. Remember, there are no set exit routes when you evacuate the building. So to avoid getting a penalty for traveling, you might have to shift your play and get out of the building. Now, I hope this review helped you today. Remember, I don't want you scared. I want you prepared. And as always, teachers, go over this with your students. Students, show this to your family and friends, or that's a lap. Everybody understand that? Throw a flag here and then possibly get a timeout here. We could possibly have a play here.
Coach Art?
I'm Coach Art Half Nelson.
I was told to give you this.
Huh. Worst actor ever, Coach Art Half Nelson.
Gotta say, I've never agreed with anything more in my whole life.